art friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another Art Snacks review. This one is for the August box. Just got it in yesterday and I'm really excited to actually get it open and see what I can do with it. So first, as always, comes in this nice little packaging. How cute. And they always provide a snack. Smarties, one of my favorites. Did you know that Smarties are called Rockets in other places? Yeah, look it up. They're not just Smarties, they're also called Rockets. How weird. So let's break into this little box and see what we got. And again, I've gotten this little card that goes over all the detail of everything that is in the box. And again, I don't read it until afterwards. So as always, we start off with our cute little Art Snacks sticker. Adorable. I have to start finding new places to put these because they've now gone on everything in the house. So to start with, first thing out of the box is actually really awesome. It's this slow drying acrylic by Golden. So now I love Golden brand paints. I've always had a lot of luck with them, great success. This one is in sap green hue, so that'll be interesting. See what is next in here. A DeWint graphic pencil in HB. I use DeWint all the time. Actually, a whole bunch of these over here are DeWint pencils. I have watercolor pencils that are DeWint. Love this brand. Next, talking about more DeWint color pencils, I've got a DeWint Inktense Sicilian Yellow. But I have actually a set of these that I haven't used yet. They look really cool. Again, they're like a water activated kind of pencil, so you can actually like sketch everything and then go over with water to make it more intense, less intense. So that'll be really interesting to try out. Then you've got this King Art paintbrush. So this is actually a really, really nice kind of round paintbrush, which is pretty spectacular because most of my paintbrushes are real old. These are mine. they're a little bit, worse for wear at this point. So that'll be nice to have a piece to use. And then the last thing is a Cure-Take pen. I'm guessing it's a pen. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's just a pen. It's looks like a little felt tippy pen. Oh, that's nice. That's actually really, really smooth. It's in a blue color. This will be really, really awesome to use to outline something afterwards. So those are all the items that we got in the box. So I'm going to sit for a minute, think over what I want to do, and let's get to drawing.
And as we're getting into sketching, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, give it a like. And if you want to see the other things that I'm working on, make sure that you follow me on my other social media accounts. That's Design by Mercedes on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and Design Mercedes on Twitter. So it took me a while to actually figure out what I wanted to do, and then the idea popped in my head. I've seen on Etsy some of these really cool pieces where people actually crystallize insects and make an art piece out of it, and they're very awesome. but they're very expensive, and I don't have the money to shell out that much on an awesome work of art at the current moment. So I figured, why not draw one, so that way I can have this piece of art in my home. So now getting into the actual products, the HB pencil is really like any other HB pencil. I have a whole bunch of these, so it's never not appreciated, but it's fine. It's a pencil. It works great. Now, this is where things got a little bit weird. I said earlier that I love golden products, and I do. I absolutely love the golden acrylics. I have never used a slow drying acrylic before. That's kind of the beauty of acrylics, is they dry fast. This was a very weird experience. It was almost like a gouache, but thinner. Like the texture, the feel of it was very creamy. So that was really, really cool. The problem I had was I was so used to acrylics that dry fast is actually on a few points I might have set my hand a little bit on it where it was still wet. So then getting into the watercolor pencil, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I do love watercolor pencils and I prefer them over traditional watercolors. I find I have a lot more control and they're a lot easier to use. The color payoff from this thing was phenomenal. It was just so rich. It was almost more like using a marker, if it sounds so strange, just because of how much like bam there was in the color. So then back to this acrylic. It was very interesting because I had actually given the head portion a large chunk of time to dry, or what I consider a large chunk of time, which probably isn't a lot because of how quickly I like to do things, and it was still a little bit damp. It's not an issue, but it's definitely something to be prepared for, but it was very weird, just because it wasn't damp like a watercolor would be, and it didn't really move like a watercolor. If it's still wet and you kind of bump it and it smudges, it just kind of stuck to your skin and that was it. The fun thing is actually the blending over top of the watercolor pencils. So I wanted to kind of blend in the color through the gems, blend that green through, and the actual blending between like the slow drying acrylic over the watercolor pencil worked really, really well. The slow drying acrylic, the more water you put in it too, and I mean all acrylics, the more water you put in, the waterier they get. But it was just so fluid that it almost felt like it was a watercolor, but the smooth creaminess that you get out of an acrylic. It was very, very strange. It layered pretty nicely. I did have a little bit of difficulty, which you'll see towards the end with the head, trying to kind of blend in that darker color, but that also, I think, has part to do with the fact that I only have one color that I'm using and trying to create different dimension out of it. So then the last piece we get into is this pen, which, surprise, it's actually not blue, it's black. I can see color, it's fine. And it worked really nice. It flowed really nice. I like the clean, crisp lines I was able to get. So overall, pretty pleased. So overall, the August box, I would give an 8 out of 10 to. It's nothing against the box. All the products were great. The issue is more that I have so many pencils already, and the fact that I already have a full set of those Dewar, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but those intense color pencil watercolors, it's one of those things where it's like I got something else that I don't particularly need. So box, everything in it works great. I love that golden acrylic. I will be using that. I will be looking at buying more of those. Absolutely fantastic. Again, sometimes you just end up with things that you already have, but that's kind of the surprise and what happens with the mystery box.